So we've got a 45-minute practice to start the day today. So starting laying down on your back. Keep a bend in the knees if you can, with the feet into the mat. And see if you can find a place where the whole spine is connected to the ground. So maybe lifting the hips, lifting the shoulders, and just really try and place the whole spine into the ground. Seeing if you can walk the shoulders slightly down away from the ears. And just starting to gently close down the eyes. Place the hands on top of the stomach. Just starting to notice the natural rate of the breath this morning. Starting to notice how the body feels. Starting to feel the energy through the body. Seeing if you can let any thoughts or analytical narratives in the head just gently slip away from the body as we start to bring our attention to the breath. Starting the new day with a focus on the breath and a focus on really trying to start to enjoy the movement of the body. So this morning I want us to work with the mantra of feeling the pose with every part of the body and feeling strong, but at the same time feeling soft. Sounds a contradiction, but making sure that we're enjoying each pose and really holding the pose with power while keeping the breath soft and keeping the mind soft. Starting to lengthen the inhale. See if you can push the breath to the belly. As you inhale, you should feel the belly rise as the rib cage rises. As you exhale, see if you can let the back sink a little bit further into the mat. If you feel super sleepy, then just gently blink your eyes open to keep your awareness in the moment. Inhale deeply through the nose, fill that belly. As you exhale, just feel the belly fall, feel the hands heavy into the belly. Inhale deeply for the count of 3, 2, 1, and exhale. Just let any of that tiredness or grogginess just gently slip away from the body. Inhaling again for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. On the next inhale, you're going to straighten your arms up towards the sky. Take some circles with the wrists, starting to get some gentle movement into the body. Again, so feeling strong but soft at the same time. So spread the fingers, really make big circles with the wrists, and then change direction. So opposite direction. Start to notice any clicks. And then starting to connect the breath with the movement. On the inhale, reach the hands up towards the sky. On the exhale, take the hands to the floor behind the back of the head. On the inhale, reach up. And on the exhale, reach and see if you can just gently place the back of the hands into the floor. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. A few more of these. Inhale up. Exhale down. Really try and use the breath. See if you can let the shoulders be soft as you move the arms up and down. Any clicks in the shoulders, as long as they're not painful, they can be welcome just to reset the spine after a night's sleep. And then when you're ready, keep the hands up above, right directly above the shoulders, and take the knees up as well. So keep a bend in the knees. See if you can make your bottom of your legs a bit like tabletop. And then you start to circle the ankles. So reaching the fingers, spreading the fingers so the hands are nice and active. Just circle the ankles, starting to get some gentle movement into the body this morning. Start to flow in all that energy and blood. Change direction with the ankles. And then when you're ready, just straighten the legs as much as you can towards the sky. Gently drop the arms down by the hips onto the floor, palms face down. Again, let's circle the ankles with straight legs as much as you can. And then we're going to start to work with the breath to gently warm up the back of the legs, which undoubtedly will be a bit stiff and tired in the morning. So on the inhale, you're going to bend your knees towards your chest. On the exhale, straighten your knees towards the sky, legs towards the sky. Inhale, knee to chest. Exhale, straighten the legs as much as you can. Inhale. Exhale, really try and use the breath to try and soften into the legs. So on the inhale, really bring the knees close. On the exhale, straighten the legs and then just straighten them a little bit further as you push the heels to the sky. Continue this at your own pace. So seeing if you can slow the movement down. Maybe inhaling for 3 to bring the knees in. Exhale for 3 as you push the heels to the sky. The back of the legs start to burn or start to wake up. That's energy that you're creating, that's prana. So just keep with the breath and start to feel that fire building within the body. Take one more of these. Inhale, knees in. Exhale, straighten the legs. And then you're going to drop the left leg. You can straighten the leg or you keep the left foot into the mat. Hook the right knee in towards the chest. And then just start to take very little circles with the right knee. So hands come to the knee and just gently circle around. So you're starting to get a little bit of movement into that right hip. Hips can be very stiff in the morning, especially after a good night's sleep or even a bad night's sleep. So just gently take and circle slow and then change direction. Using the breath, remembering to take a deep inhale and exhale. A couple more of these with the right. Just start to notice anything happening in the right hip. Anything that feels a little bit uncomfortable, just try and sit with it with the breath. And then gently place that right foot down to the mat. Left knee comes to the chest this time. Start to circle that left knee. See if you can keep the body still, but just circling with that left leg. That's the only thing in the arms that are gently moving. And then gently change direction. Really starting to notice what's happening in the hip area for you. And then when you're ready, gently hug both knees in this time. See if you can squeeze the knees to the chest as much as you can. Maybe the bottom of the hips slightly comes off the mat. And then gently release the feet down to the floor. Rolling over onto your right side. Use your hands and then gently push yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. So that could be cross-legged, could be legs in front of you, whatever position it feels right this morning to just find a nice, comfortable seat. So if you have come to a cross-legged position, then whatever leg you've crossed your legs with automatically, just change the leg. So my left foot always comes on top naturally. Just changing the natural placement so that we don't get any imbalances. If you've got any pain in your back, you can lean against a wall or pop a cushion under the back of the hips. And then we're just going to start with a pranayama exercise to try and really wake up the breath this morning. So to start with, I want you to find a nice straight spine. So hands come to the knees. Let's turn the palms up because we're ready to receive some Friday flow energy. I know I shouted Friday. I'm so happy it's Friday. Palms faced up, and then let's make a mudra. So mudra is like the okay sign. Thumb and first finger into a circle. Place the back of the hands into the mat. And then start to just move the spine as if you're moving it in a straight line round. And then try and find your center point. So maybe move forward and then back and then left and right. And find the point where the top of the spine to the base of the spine feels as if it's one straight line in the complete equilibrium. Sit nice and tall, make the spine a little bit longer. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. Notice your posture. Feel nice and tall, nice and strong, nice and dedicated to the practice. This would be a good time to make an intention for yourself for the practice this morning. Acknowledging the dedication it takes to come to the mat for yourself and the energy that you share with others. Maybe just make yourself one nice intention for today. And then when you're ready, on the inhale, you're going to straighten the arms up towards the sky. Keep that nice straight posture. And on the exhale, bring the elbows down really quite quick and sudden, and exhale out. On the inhale, reach up, spread the fingers. On the exhale, sigh out through the mouth. Inhale up. Exhale, sigh. Inhale up. Exhale, sigh. Inhale, reach up, really taking that fresh energy. As you exhale out, just let go of anything that no longer serves you. We've got a lot of that in 2020. So anything you feel like you've collected, any energy from other people, any energy from other situations that you can't control, just let it all go. Taking that at your own pace for a few more. Really starting to energize. So see, this is building up the batteries for the morning practice, really getting as much energy into the lungs and the belly as you can. Really moving the arms with purpose and intention. One more. And then let's do one more actually. And then the inhale, you're going to reach up and keep the arms straight. Reach up to the sky, but make sure that the sitting bones are nice and heavy. So starting to create some space in the sides of the ribs. Reach them hands up, spread the fingers, feel the pose every part of the body. And then in the exhale, let's take a twist. So perfect for the morning. Left hand comes to the right knee. Let the right hand fall wherever it feels. So twists for me in the morning are quite difficult because my body's not warmed up yet. So my right hand's just going to come to the right of my hip. If you can, place your right hand behind you and then twist round, but try not to take any sudden movements too quick. Wherever the right hand falls, just let the fingertips fall to the ground. On the inhale, sit up nice and tall. Drop the shoulders away from the ears. And on the exhale, look over the right shoulder. We're going to do that with a flow. So on the inhale, sit tall. On the exhale, change sides. Twist over to the left. Inhale here. Exhale, change over to the right. So nice and slow. We're not trying to yank our bodies in any crazy positions. Just changing sides left and right with the breath. Just starting to warm up them like nice, gentle twists. Using your breath with the inhale, exhale, just change from left to right. So we're doing a nice slow twist this morning. It's morning. It's Friday. We're flowing our way into the weekend. Gently left and right. Gently look over the shoulder a little bit further each time. Take one more on each side. And then when you're ready, gently come back to center. On the inhale, you're going to reach up with the right hand. And I'm going to take a couple of circles. So taking this a little bit intuitively, so you don't need to feel quite rigid with the pose. So you can let yourself feel a little bit free and flowy. On the inhale, you're going to reach towards the left. And then gently circle that right arm down towards the sky. Sweep it back. Right up, reach up. See if you can get a nice stretch down that right side of the body. And then gently back down. So again, we're not trying to do anything too quick or sudden. Just gentle sweeping motions with that right arm. This is where we're going to use the breath. So you might feel a couple of pinches or twinges. Just inhale deeply and exhale even deeply as you move around. So we breathe all day, every day, but when we breathe in our yoga practice, we're sending oxygen to parts of the body that need it. We're we're focusing our mind on the breath. So any distracting thoughts can just pass by like clouds. And then change direction with that circle. So take the arm up, forward, and really try and use this as a full side body stretch. So as your arm comes up towards the sky, reach up as tall as you can, and then gently sink the arm back down. Taking a couple more circles with this arm. And then gently back up to center. This time the right hand comes towards the ground, just gently fingertips onto the ground. Left hand up towards the sky. And then again, let's take them circles forward, back, and really reach up. So imagine you're trying to kind of oil the joint of the left shoulder. Starting to really reach. Big circles. Notice if one side feels different than the other. So for me, I really need to reach further to get a bit of a stretch because my left side's quite open. Just being a bit observant about where your body's holding the tension. And then gently change direction, take the arm in the opposite way. Remembering the breath. One more big circle. And then gently back to center. Rock and rolling forward onto all fours. So come into a tabletop position. Starting to get a little bit more live, a little bit more movement into the body here. So we're going to inhale the right arm forward, and then on this, as you exhale, you're going to straighten that right leg, sorry, the left leg, the opposite leg behind you. So we're getting a little bit movie with this. You're going to inhale your elbow to your knee, exhale, straighten. Inhale, right elbow to left knee, exhale, straighten. And then see if you can make it a little bit flowy. Take it a little bit quick if that feels right. Using the breath. And then gently place that right hand back down. Changing sides, so this time left arm straightens out. Starting to really enjoy the movement, especially with any soundtrack that you've got going on in the background. So inhale, left elbow, right knee. Exhale, straighten out. Gently reach the elbow towards the knee and then straighten out. Continue at your own pace for a few more. And then gently bringing the hands back down towards the floor. So hands really planted into the ground. And then we're going to start to shake up the energy. So when you're ready, I want you to gently bring your weight to your left hand. I want you to take your right hand in front of you. I want you to start inhaling the elbow towards the chest and then exhale, straighten. See if you can do this a little bit quicker, and as if you're trying to throw any negative energy away from you. Maybe put a little bounce into the left one, make it a little bit flowy and dancey. Use the breath, so inhale in, exhale out. And then start to throw it to the right, so throwing in your energy to the right. Remembering what's happening in the rest of the body, so the left hand's pushing into the mat, the knees and the back of the feet are into the floor, starting to throw that energy to the right. So we're throwing the negative energy away, so the body can really start to realize all the positive energy that's in the body. And then start to bring that right hand back down and change sides. So gently taking that arm forward with the left, pushing into the floor with the right hand and pushing the knees in so that the stomach starts to engage and the hips come as high as they can. Maybe shake the hips if that feels good. And then take that left arm to the right. Sorry, take the left arm to the left. So maybe a little bit of a different yoga pose, but bringing the fun back into the pose. See if you can really use the breath, and your shoulders might start to burn here. That's the prana, that's the fire that we're creating in the body. It's good, it's not exhausting the body, it's creating more energy. And then gently place that left hand back down to the mat. Gently sitting the heels back into child's pose. Place your forehead to the mat just for a quick second and let's just connect back in with the breath. Inhale in. Exhale out. Gently coming back up to tabletop. Bringing the weight back into the heels, tucking the toes. Push the hands into the mat, and on the exhale, bring your hips up to a downward dog. So in downward dog, it doesn't matter what you look like. So try not to check in with maybe what I'm doing, seeing if you can listen to yourself, listen to my cues and check in with how your pose feels. So lift the hips towards the sky. Feet should be about hip width distance. Hands should be shoulder width, if not a little bit further, so probably about the width of the mat. Fingers nice and spread. The shoulders should be dropped away from the ears and your chest should be magnetized, pulling towards the top of the thighs. Lift the hips a little bit higher. And we're just going to shake the hips. I want you to take the hips to the left and hips to the right. Hips to the left and then hips to the right. This time we're going to bend the knee. So bend the left knee, straighten the right leg. Then change legs, bend the right leg, straighten the left. I'm going to take that a little bit quicker, a little bit energetic. So you're going to bounce left, right, bend right. Gently pushing each heel to the ground. See if you can really push into the mat with them hands. Use the breath. Taking a couple more of these. And then when you're ready, gently walking your hands towards your feet, seeing if you can keep your legs as straight as you can. And then when you feel as if your hands and feet are as close as they can be, start to come to ragdoll. So again, starting to bring a little bit of Friday flow, a bit of Friday fun to the pose. So in ragdoll, our feet are hip width distance, the knees are bent. We're folded over our bodies as much as we can, and the hands are nice and loose. But we're just going to bring a little bit of fun to the pose. So we're going to bend the left leg, straighten the right knee. And then you're going to bounce from left to right. So change legs, bend the right knee. And then gently flow from left to right. Whatever the arms want to do, maybe a bit of a click, maybe shake them out. See if you can just bounce from one to the other. Gently starting to warm up the back of the legs. Inhaling and exhaling. And then when you're ready, come to a place of stillness, find ragdoll again. On the inhale, roll up to standing from the count of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. On the exhale, let's go back down to ragdoll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And up again. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And back down. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This time you're going to come to standing for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Just going to adjust my camera so you can see the top of my head. That's better. So coming to Tadasana, standing pose. Taking a drink whenever you need to, which is my cue that I need a drink. So coming to Tadasana pose, mountain pose. Feet about a fist away. So imagine there's a fist in between your hands. Let's just stand up nice and tall and check in with our posture. So feet are nice and planted into the ground. Knees are locked. So really tighten the knees. Feel them locked. Feel the thighs start to engage. And we're going to really start to shake up the energy here. So before we do that, I want you to drop your shoulders away from your ears, hands either side with the palms face forward. Take a deep breath in and exhale out. Take a deep breath in. Remind the body of all that positive energy that you're trying to create. As you exhale out, just let go of any tiredness. And then when you're ready, you're going to step it out to a wide lunge. So coming sideways on the mat if you can, as wide as you can. We're going to try and shake up the energy here. Doing so with the traditional poses, so combining both energy, good feels. So you're going to come down, bend your knees as much as you can. And then on the inhale, I want you to straighten that right leg and shake your hands to the left. And then change to the right. Inhale left, shake the hands. And right. Really straighten that opposite leg. And then take the hands low as you shake to the left and then to the right. So really shaking the wrist. You can circle the wrist if that feels better. As you're moving from left to right, take the hands high and low. Really start to shake. Really move from left to right. Use the power of the energy in the thighs to really start to wake them hips up. A couple more of these. And then gently back to center. And then we're going to start to wake the legs up. So bringing all your weight into your left leg. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, take that right foot in front of you. Option to bend the knee or keep the leg straight. And then arms are going to come up. We're going to shake the leg and we're going to shake the hands. Keeping that left leg nice and strong. Really ground that left foot into the mat. And then take it back. See if you can keep your balance. If you can't, then find your balance when you can. See if you can keep the arm shaking as that leg stays back. So that left leg really supporting. And then take the leg to the right. Kick it out to the right. Imagine you've got like an egg time and you're trying to shake up all the energy in the body. And then we're going to start to come to running. So your left leg's going to be in the mat. Your right leg is going to imaginary run. It's not going to touch the floor. You're just going to gently imagine you're running. You bring the hands in as well. Take the knee to the chest. See if you can just start to slow motion run, using every part of the body. So spreading the fingers, flexing the toes, feeling alive and awake. Enjoy the movement of the body. Slow, no running. And then gently come back to standing. For a second, just close down the eyes and connect back in with the breath. And then when you're ready, wait until the right foot. This time the left foot's going to come forward. I'm going to shake the left leg, bounce in the hips if that feels right, and then start shaking the hands as well. Really starting to keep that right leg nice and grounded into the mat. Shake the right left foot behind you. If you lose your balance, that's part of the fun. And then take that left foot to the left. And then gently back to center. I feel like I've missed a part of that there. Have I? Left, right. This is where we need a live class. So you can tell if I've forgotten or not. Coming back to center. Oh, that's it. We're going to run. So let's imagine you run with that left foot. So starting to slow it down a little bit as if you're running through treacle. Start to notice any energy changes as we've started to shake the body. Slow it down and bring your focus to the energy running around the body. The fire, the heat, the blood pumping. Start to slowly imagine you run with that left leg. Right leg nice and strong into the mat. Use the hands here. Really bring the knee into the chest. Start to feel that right leg fire up. That energy is what you're creating. No one's giving it to you. Your body's creating it yourself. It's like a bank. You just need to know what to do to tap into it. So a couple more of these really big runs. And then gently back to Tadasana. Feet together or very slightly apart, hands either side of the body. On the inhale, roll the shoulders up towards the ears. And on the exhale, pinch your shoulder blades together and really roll down the back. Inhale, shoulders up. On the exhale, shoulders back down. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, back down. Couple more of these. Really starting to get into the shoulder blade. And then on the inhale, I'm going to reach the hands towards the sky. On the exhale, option to keep the legs straight or option to bend the legs when the elbows come down to a cactus. See if you can challenge yourself and bend your knees. If you do bend your knees, track your knees over your toes so the knees aren't going out, they're going directly above the toes. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, melt down, cactus. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, melt the arms down to cactus and see if you can just put a bend in the knee. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Gently straighten the knees, straighten the arms. And then we're going to come to a bit of a flowy lunge. So option to lower the back. So we're going to step forward with the left foot, right foot's going to come back. Option to lower the back knee if you need. You can put a cushion under the knee if that's better. See if you can challenge yourself to do a high lunge. So with a high lunge, the right foot is in the mat. You can keep the heel in the mat if that feels right, or you can lift the right heel off the mat. Again, remembering what we're working with this morning, we're trying to enjoy the pose of every part of the body. It's not an exercise class. We're connecting the breath with the movement. It's changing of energy. It's creating the energy. It's setting our focus. So bending forward into that right leg. If this is difficult for you, you can hop that right foot in a little bit further. Making sure that you've got enough of an equal stance so that you feel nice and strong. On the inhale, reach your hands up towards the sky. And on the exhale, bend that right knee. Keep the back leg straight and then cactus the arms back and shine the heart towards the sky. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend and bring the arms down to cactus. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. This time we're going to hold the lunge. So bend that front leg. Start to tuck the tailbone under. So imagine you've got a tail and you're trying to tuck it under, starting to engage all the muscles in the stomach, cactus the arms. Take your eyes towards the sky. You're near a window, maybe take them towards the clouds. Start to notice the energy at the start of a day, creating all this energy for the rest of the day to start to enjoy the weekend. And then gently reach back up. Come into triangle pose, which is a really good one for the morning, but one that we don't normally practice because it can be a bit easier to do in real life rather than over Zoom. But let's just go with it. So in triangle pose, you want your feet to be a wide stance, but you don't want to be on a tightrope. So you want your right foot to be out. So there's a diagonal line in between the two legs. Legs are both straight. In fact, sorry, I'm having a mind blank moment. Legs are straight, but the hips are going to come to the right. So not facing forward, bringing the hips to the right. Both legs are straight, and then take your arms out, a bit like warrior two, but the legs are straight this time. And then on the inhale, I want you to imagine on that left hand, you're reaching forward, trying to grab something you really need. And then when you feel as if that left arm can't go any further, you're going to bring it down towards the left thigh, take the right arm towards the sky, pop that right hip away from you. So you should start to feel a bit deeper of a stretch inside of the left leg. So imagine you've got a string on your right hip and it's pulling you back. The left leg goes a little bit straighter. And then imagine you're in between two planes of glass. So the right arm's nice and straight towards the sky. The left hand is down in a nice straight line. Imagine that somebody in front of you with a pane of glass and somebody behind you. So your body is nice and straight. Hold that for a breath. And then gently wheel back up. Hands come to the hips. And then for now, let's just take a very gentle forward fold. So facing forward wherever you are. Fold over at the hips. Keep it bending the knees if you need to. See if you can straighten your legs and just gently fold forward. Start to enjoy the back of the legs. See if you can push your bum out as if you've got a tail, as if you're trying to show it off. And then bend the knees and gently come up. Gently taking that on the opposite side. Right foot forward, left foot back into a lunge. Option to do a low lunge. Whichever lunge you're in, straightening the leg on the first one with the inhale. And then on the exhale, I'm going to bend forward. Inhale, straight leg. Exhale, cactus. If you feel like you're not very balanced, take a stance out with the left foot so you're not on a tightrope. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. See if you can really push through the floor with the feet. You should take 2 more of these. And then gently straighten both legs. Come into triangle on the opposite. So right foot forward, left foot back. Left foot at a little bit of an angle. So the feet are slightly at an angle with the heel. Straighten both legs. See if you can reach forward with that right foot. See if you can pop that left hip back so you get a nice stretch in the inner right thigh. And then gently lower that right hand down. So imagining what the triangle is. The left hand at the top of the triangle and the feet at the bottom. So we're in a nice straight triangle. Don't let that left arm come forward. Imagine that chest is nice and shining towards the side. Take a deep breath here. And exhale. 1 more. And then gently back up. Again, let's take a wide-legged fold for the morning. So let's do this with a bit of pranayama as well, to get rid of any of that stale energy that we've released and we've unblocked by moving through the poses. So hands come to the hips and let's fold over. Keep a bend in the knees if you need to, feel out back, but see if you can straighten the legs and get a stretch in the back of the legs. Tuck the chin towards the chest, let the hands fall wherever they fall. Take a deep breath in with through the nose for the count of 3. And on the exhale, you're going to set out through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. So we're in an inversion here. So really inhaling as deeply as you can. On the exhale, let go of any of that stale energy. You're moving through all the chakra lines, all the energy lines. So any blockages that you've got will be released as you do the poses. So as you exhale out, really get rid of anything that no longer serves you. As you inhale in, start to connect with that feeling inside you where you feel as if you are exactly where you should be. doing exactly what you should do to set yourself up for the day. Taking one more inhale and exhale. And then when you're ready, hands are going to come to the hips. Bend the knees and very gently come to standing. And then we're going to have one last shake out. So shaking the legs and the hands. Try not to think about what you're doing. See if you can close the eyes and just start to shake out the legs and the hips and the hands, whatever way feels intuitive. So absolutely no focus on what we look like, focusing on how we feel. Take any intuitive movements. Maybe shake to the sky, maybe shake down. Starting to really get rid of any of that energy and starting to really energize the body before we close the practice. Maybe a little hop. And then gently slowing it down. So keep moving the body, keep the eyes closed if you can, but just slow down the movements. Hit them a bit softer. And then gently coming back to standing with a wide-legged stance. So if you've got a mat, then your feet just a little bit more than mat width. And then we're going to see if we can finish, just before we finish actually, we're going to see if we can do a squat. So quite a challenging pose for anyone with issues with the hips or the legs, but really beneficial. And in a lot of Indian culture, people use this pose to sit just to chat and eat and chat to friends. So knowing that it can be an easy pose, but we just haven't learned how to do it. We've forgotten how to use this pose because of the way that we sit at desks. So feet are going to come mat width and toes are going to be pointing over, so kind of away from each other. Hands are going to come to the hips, and I'm going to give you options here for stages. I want you to finish the practice feeling nice and energized and positive, so try not to push yourself too far. Stand nice and tall like a superhero, hands on your hips. And then I want you to put a micro bend into your knees. That might be enough for you. Whatever you're going to do, whether you're going to stay, whether you're going to go a bit further, you're going to tuck your tailbone under. So imagine you've got a tail, you're going to tuck it under. Making sure the spine's nice and straight. Bring your hands to prayer. And then see if you can sink the knees a little bit further, tracking over the toes. If you need to take the feet a little bit wider, you can do. So maybe come into the side of the mat, or maybe taking the feet wider than the mat. And then I'm going to bring my hands to my hips because it makes me feel a little bit more stable, but find a place for your hands, maybe the prayer, maybe above your head. And then you're going to see if you can gently sink them hips in between the knees. So I quite find I need to play with my feet as I come down. So the lower I come, the more I bring my feet together. And then you're going to see if you can drop them hips in between the heels. See if you can sink down so much that your elbows are going to come into the inside of the thigh. And this is where it gets tricky, because this is where the muscles will start to burn. You want to find a place, pick something to look at, focus on, maybe the edge, the top of the fingers, maybe the edge of the mat. Wherever you are, keeping your hands at prayer, nice straight back. Sink the hips wherever you are, start to feel the hips opening. Focus on the breath. Focus on finishing this practice, feeling the pose from the top of the head down to the tips of the toes. Continuing to breathe. 2 more deep breaths. Start to notice what's happening in the body. And then wherever you are, gently coming out of the squat. Option to come down to the floor if you're in a full squat, or maybe just coming back up with them knees. And then we're going to finish with a balance. It's all about moderation. It's all about balance in life. So especially on a Friday, this is the good part of the balance, and then everybody can have a good weekend. So feet are going to come into the mat, and you're going to really base that left foot into the mat. With the right knee, you're going to bend in front of you, and then option to come to tree. So low tree will be foot onto the ankle, or possibly the calf. See if you can challenge yourself and bring that right foot to the inner left thigh. Get some traction by pushing that right foot against the left thigh. So you've got that force of energy against each other. And then bring your hand to a mudra, so either side, or maybe prayer at heart center. Stand nice and tall. Feel that left foot rooted through the ground. Notice how the body feels when you feel connected to the air, either in nature or connected through the mat. Continuing to breathe. And then gently releasing that right knee in front of you, option to straighten in front of you. Flex the foot and start to really wake that right leg up. And then gently place down to the mat. This time the left foot comes in front. Make sure you're grounded with the right foot first. Left foot comes to the ankle, calf, or possibly the inner of the thigh. Again, don't be too judgmental with yourself if you can't do a certain pose. Just find where it is for you. So this is my tricky side. I'm wobbling on this side more than the other. Picking something to focus on and focus the breathe. So when you're balancing, you're going to wobble. If you inhale deeply, you'll just start to feel everything settling down. The panic, the, oh, I'm going to fall over. It will just start to settle down with the breath. The breath really is magic. And then release that left foot in front, option to kick it out. And then gently release. And then take any movement that feels intuitive. Any pose that you wanted to do this morning that we've not. So for me, I'm feeling the need to do a quick chair pose. Sitting down into an imaginary chair. And then fold and forward. Just take any pose that you need to. Move any part of the body that you need to, that you don't feel that we have. And then when you're ready, we'll come down to the mat to finish. Option to finish standing, if that's better for you. We're just going to do a quick exercise, pranayama exercise, to close the practice. So you can seal all this energy in the body and the mind, and you can take it into the weekend with you, for you. Bit of both. So for me, I'm going to finish on my knees. I'm actually going to tuck my toes under so I can sit on the back of my heels, just to give my feet a little bit of a wake up as well. Option for you to stand or kneel or lie down. Yoga's about listening to what the body needs, so whatever it is that you feel you need. So on the inhale, I want you to keep your eyes open, but pick something to focus on. So if you're by a window, it might be quite nice to focus on a cloud in the sky, making sure that you just got straight alignment in your spine so you don't knock your neck out if you're looking too far. Or maybe picking something on the wall or on the floor to focus on. Hands are going to come to the knees and you're going to let your palms fall to the ground. We want to finish feeling nice and grounded. We're going to take an inhale for the count of 4. We're going to hold at the top, but we're going to drop our shoulders away from the ears. We're going to soften into that throat. And then we're going to exhale. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top of your breath. Feel the body in complete stillness. Exhale, release. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top of the breath. Relax the jaw. Relax the eyes. And then exhale. And the last one, take a deep breath in for as long as you can. When you feel as if you can't take any more breath in, just take one more sip through the nose. It's like dessert, there's always a little bit of space for more. Hold at the top. Make the chest nice and soft. Keep that breath in, but just soften every part of the body. And then exhale, release. Gently bringing your hands to prayer at heart center. Just gently reflecting back on your intention at the start of class. Being grateful to yourself and for each other for dedicating your time in the morning to the practice. Just acknowledging that in the time that we started the practice, it was pitch black outside and it's now sunrise. So really giving yourself a mental pat on the back for starting your day, moving the body and connecting with the breath. Taking that intention forward into the rest of the day, maybe taking one thing that you feel grateful for and starting your day reflecting on that as you start your day. On the inhale, take the hands at prayer to the third eye. Finishing your practice, knowing that you are your true self and you can always be the most genuine version of yourself. Gently bringing your hands down to your lips, knowing you can always speak your truth to those around you. bringing your hands down to your heart, knowing that you are loved beyond measure and valued by many. Gently taking your gaze down to the hands. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for letting me lead you through the practice this morning. And hopefully your body and your mind will pay you back in abundance for the rest of the day and the weekend. Bow into the practice and to each other. Have an amazing weekend. Namaste. I'm copying you, not me. You know there's only me here. Namaste.
Namaste. Thanks, Anna. Love that.
You